Alright, welcome back. This episode, we're actually doing what I said that we would do last episode. And that's we're going to tame a Baryonyx. I had my ankylos breed some eggs, so we can use those for kibble. Also for kibble, we need water, which we have a little bit of. So let's see what we got here. Let's just put these in, and let's put the water in. We're also going to need some wood, which I hope... Wrong dino. Here he is. Yeah, we got some wood here. Light fire, consumables, crafted food, kibble, and we should be able to make plenty of these. Alright, so we got 7 now. I think 5 should be enough. Let me just double check that real quick. Yeah, according to Dododex, 5 should be enough, but I brought more than necessary. There is this new trap again. And I kind of want to try it out. It seems very simple. It's one foundation, one triangular foundation, 4 quarter walls, and 2 ramps. That should be all to trap this thing. So let's see how well that works. And let's see if we can get this boy down. Oh, wait. Let me not forget the ammo. Even knock it out in the first place. Here. Alright, I'll see y'all at the berry. Alright, we have arrived at the Baryonyx. Let's see. Yes, 150. Now, I am aware this is not the best place to have a Baryonyx like this, but you know what? It is where we get our 150. It's what we're gonna have to deal with, unfortunately. Oh, God. It's starting off strong. Alright, let's build this trap. So let's say we're gonna run him from where he is right now that way. This should be there. Now, I did not design this trap myself. I saw it online. I will see if I can find the link to the video and have it in the description. Oh, God. Let's see. Please let that solve it. There we go. Alright, let's see if we can get this baby in here. Let's put my bird right here. Make sure it's on passive. And let's get the Baryonyx over. There we go. Alright. Nice and easy. And he's out. Nice. Let's give him the food. And this should take about 20 minutes. So, yeah, unless something eventful happens, I'll see you guys when he's done. Alright, he's about to wake up. Or, well, about to wake up. He's halfway through his food for the last bite. So, with kibble, instead of 50 food points down, it needs to go 100 food points down. Now, luckily, the Baryonyx is very fast in food drain, so it's good. I had a quick peek at its stats, and, well, just look at this. 42 points into food. The most useless stat of all of them. 35 into melee, though, so that might be good. So we might get lucky and have majority go into that, but I'm scared. I'm scared that it's gonna be shite. Alright. Leave a name for him in the comments. I'm curious to see what you guys think of. Also, I did not bring any ammunition for this. That's just great. I don't know. Okay. Do we have any crystal? We do not. Oh well. I'm gonna figure out a way to bring this guy back to base, and I'll be back. Also, let's check his stats real quick. So, 40 points into health and 40 into stamina. That's alright. 56 into food, oh boy, and 46 into melee. Now, 46 in melee would usually be very good, but a Baryonyx doesn't have an oxygen stat. So you can get 46 into food even with an oxygen stat. So having one stat less and still only getting 46 in food, that's not great. I'm hoping we're gonna find a better one. I'm gonna bring this guy back to base, and I know the location of another 140 that I'm gonna tame, because this is a female. I need to breed them, of course, to make babies and have a imprinted one. And what comes around goes around. I'm taming my second berry. It's a male. It is the Baryonyx we saw all the way in episode 2, I think. It was a 140 male. Trapped it, knocked it out. Let's see what his stats are. 27 in health. Of course, his food stat is the highest. Again. Once again, I think, like, there's something in the code of ARK that favors the food stat. I swear to God. It happens too often to be a coincidence. You can look at any, like, YouTuber that plays ARK. It's always food. Always food. Well, anyway, I'm gonna tame this up and probably create some babies, and then we might take it to the caves. Okay, so I actually leveled up a bunch. By the way, I am breeding the Baryonyx to get a baby imprinted. I am not gonna stick with the stats we got just yet, because we got some not so good stats. However, I had a bunch of Ankylo eggs still over for after crafting all the kibble. So I hatched them all and then killed them all. But before I killed them all to get the XP, I went and grabbed a couple double XP explorer notes, and then also a double of or a quadruple double XP or quadruple XP explorer node. And if you don't know, those work different. Like, they work beside each other. So you have the double XP, and then you have the 4 times XP on top of that. So making it 8 times. And then I also had Broth of Enlightenment. I got that from a loot crate at some point. So I took that as well. So I had 2 times XP, 2 times XP, 4 times XP. Basically making that, I think it would get up to 16 times XP. And then I killed all the baby Ankylos in here, giving me 8 levels. So we leveled up a bunch in the meantime. And we can now craft a forge and also a chemistry bench. And we're also almost at the grinder. So I want to level up some more to get that grinder and get some easier kibble, because the crafting is not very fast. I'm not gonna lie to you. And trying to get water. It runs out very fast from the containers with trying to make kibble, because you're using these, which fill up, I think, 300 water even. So yeah, and they use the entire thing. Now I know I could use skins instead, which take less water and will also just craft a kibble piece. I don't understand why these cannot just craft 3 kibble. Why these cannot just craft 3 kibble, but I think that should be changed. I think this holds 300 water. I think you only need 100 technically, or a source of water. So I think they should be able to craft more kibble per canteen. However, let's go make that forge. Alright, and we now have a forge. Let me turn off the fabricator again. Now, I don't think we're gonna have enough to make a chemistry bench as well. Let's see. Do we? We do not. We need cementing paste, so I'm gonna work on that. But yeah, getting a forge is gonna make getting metal so much easier. So much easier. Even gunpowder and stuff like that's gonna get so much easier, because you can just throw wood in here and you get like a gunpowder every second. And I think every 20 seconds is when you get, like, there you see, 20 metal. So yeah, this is amazing. This is a great step forward. Alright, so I went across the map and I did some some hunting for beaver dams. And we got quite a bit of cementing paste now. Let's see what else we need for the chemistry bench. Electronics, 250 of them. Oh boy. Right. Electronics. We need metal and pearls. I know we've got quite a bit of pearls because of the beaver dams as well. But that is far from enough. That is far from enough. Yeah. It seems like I'm gonna have to farm some pearls, and the best way to go about that is a anglerfish. So we might have to go look into one of those. We would probably do that in the next episode in that case. Yes, this episode we're gonna make sure that we get this berry. I'm gonna just take this one for now. And let them breathe a little further. But at least we got one Baryonyx to use. And we can go do some caves in a bit. Alright, let's go do our first cave. Now, I went to, like, the easiest cave. Let me just make sure that this guy doesn't bother us. Alright, anyway, as I was saying, I went to, the easiest cave. Now, it's been a while since I did the caves in this map. So, I'm probably not going to remember the entire layout. But I did want to show this part. So, I brought 2 gates to hopefully kind of make a safe spot where no wild dinos can come in to bother my bird while it's waiting here. And I would recommend putting a platform down, because there's this weird thing in ARK where sometimes your tame might fall through the map while you're in the cave. It is very frustrating. It's something to do with the loading zones that cause the collision to mess up. Oh, great. Hold on. Let me just fix this. That I think it has something to do with the loading zones, causing collisions to mess up and having dinosaurs sink through the floor in the nearby area. So yeah, I most definitely recommend putting your dinosaur on a little platform, because those actually don't mess up because they're player built structures. So I think they work slightly different. All right, let's see. Now, most of the time, best thing to do is take off all your armor, and the reason being is there's anthopluras in the caves, and they spit. And if the spit hits you, all your armor just breaks. So might as well just take it off, because then they can't break it. Alright. Now, I'm not sure if this is the cave where... let's see. It's been very quiet. Oh, no, okay, no. It's not the cave I thought it was. Now, I'm pretty sure that the artifact is just down there. However, we're gonna take the long way around, see if we can find some loot. But technically, you could drop down there, and you'll get to the artifact. And the reason you want, like, a rideable creature for these things is there is a lot of enemies in these caves usually. I see a drop over there. I kind of want to go get that. Let's see. Is there anything nearby that wants to eat me? It seems like I'm fine. A trike saddle, alright. Let's pick this up while we're here.
It is difficult to be...
Let's see if there's anything else around here. These are the anthoplurs I was talking about. The little scallopy things. They also, when you bite them, they deal like damage to your own creature too. Sort of like thorns in Minecraft. Ark will never stop having creatures in the wall. Oh boy, there's so much stuff here. I did not bring any food, did I? Oh boy. Another thing, and that's why Baryonyx is so good, is if you have fish in his inventory, which we do not have right now. And the reason we don't have fish because I knew I was going to be able to find fish here, but Baryonyx eats fish, and only fish. But when it has fish in its inventory, it will rapidly heal, as you can see. Oh my god, spiders are like the most annoying thing, having to slowing you down all the time. The other nice part about doing a cave run like this is the amount of chitin we're getting is going to be very nice for even more cementing paste. And there you go, our berry is already full of HP again by just eating fish. And let me tell you, most creatures do not heal this fast. Alright, and we're back at the start, alright? Now let's go towards the... Oh my... Oh my god! That is an obscene amount of spiders. What? What the hell? That was an obscene amount of spiders. My god. Okay. So I think through here is where we should have the artifact somewhere. There we go. Lots of spiders. Oh, I was about to say, is there anything here? But yes, there is. A good thing I didn't get out. Alright. One artifact down. Alright, and we're back out. Holy lag spike. Yeah, alright, let's get away from the entrance. Let's put all my chitin in you. Let's put the maps in you as well. So much foliage. I can't see. Alright. Now I was thinking while we're here we might do another cave. Since it's like very close. It also is a pretty easy cave for as far as I remember. And I think it should have some better loot in it. And I kind of want to get some good loot. I'm making 2 gates so I can block off the entrance again and have my bird be safe. Now, yes, I know I could pick up my bird with the pickup, the Dino Depot. However, then I have to hold all the stuff in its inventory myself. And right now it works as a pretty good kind of chest, I guess, in a way. Alright, so well for this cave, building in front of the thing didn't really work out, so I built something right next to it. There is a tiny gap here, but I think it should be fine. If not, we can always fix that later. Alright, let's make sure that I put everything on the bird. That's heavy, so let me just put this armor away too. We don't really need that. We can put that in there. That can go. Alright. Let's go into cave number 2. So, we're also gonna go for this artifact, of course. Now, I know there's one cave, and I don't know if it's this one in this case, where your mounts can't really get through properly. Let's see. I think it's just like keep going straight. I don't think there's much to look for here. Yeah. There's no like loot or anything. It's just trying to disorient you. Is there a creature there? No. Yeah, it was this cave. Okay, so this cave right here, you have this damn tree that you cannot get past with like this creature. Now in my case, I can just pick him up and put him back down. And I'm sorry, I'm not above that. Alright, there's bats in here. I forgot about that. I forgot about rabies. Alright, so I hope we do not get rabies while we're here. Because bats can give rabies, and that's not a good time. So the way I like to deal with it is just try to get as little bats at once as possible. And try to make sure they can't hit you by backing up while you fight them. Now, of course, you should also have lesser antidote just in case you do get rabies, because rabies hurts. Like, it does a lot of damage over time. Now, so far we've been good. If I do get rabies, I'm screwed though, because I do not have any cooked meat either. So let's hope we can somehow not get rabies. I think right here is like... Yeah, it's a big drop. So technically you can get your creature down here. You just can't really get him back up again. Because by that tree... Okay, well there we go. We have rabies now. So up there, where that tree was, we have a drop. And you could technically drop down. And then you'll just like land here. But then you can't get back up again. So yes, you can get a creature in, just not out. Unless you have like a Thyla that can climb. Yeah, as you can see, that rabies hurts. Let's go up a little bit. Let's hope we can survive this. I mean, we're over halfway through, but not over halfway our health. So I think we should be fine. But like, barely. Yeah, no, rabies truly hurts. If you get it, you want to just take a chill. Take a step back. I think I'm lucky that I have as much health as I do to survive this, because oh my god, look at that. 10 more seconds. So how much health has it taken away from me? There you go. Like more than 200 hit points just gone like that. Look how fast it's draining. And we survived. But just barely. And I'm gonna need food again because I have a quick healing thing. That's gonna drain my food like crazy, probably. It's great. Great times. Alright, I think we're good to continue again. Please don't have rabies. I want to see if there's a loot drop here. I don't think so. Doesn't seem like so. There does not seem to be any loot here, unfortunately. So yes, once again, if you want, you can technically drop your mount down here. You just can't get out. Unless you have a Thyla that can climb. Which, you know, might honestly be worth it. Because this cave, doing it without a creature, is pretty difficult. As you can see by the amount of creatures, bats, and all that stuff. Let me see, where do we go from here? Where do we go? Oh, right here. Further down into the depths. Alright. We managed to do another couple without getting rabies. Which is phenomenal. Honestly, I have no clue where to go anymore in this cave. There's so many, seems like so many ways to go. We also need fish. I think there's a spot with water in this cave, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, down there's water. I don't think this is the best way to go. I remember this. I think there's a part where we're gonna have to swim. Alright. Here we are. I'm pretty sure the water in this cave is fairly cold. So we're gonna have to swim through it pretty quickly. I hope there's some piranhas in there, and I never thought I'd say that, but purely based on the fact that we need some fish meat for our boy. Oh, yep. There's piranhas. There you go. Oh, there we go. Like 4 HP as well right away. Okay. So it's not even having fish meats in your inventory. It's just killing fish that heals them up. Okay. See, I learn something new every day. I knew that it had something to do with fish. I didn't know it was killing the fish that did it. Is there anything of interest in here? Nope. Actually, there was Titan boa venom. We need that. We need to start saving that up for a little bit. Yeah, like I said, the water is freezing in here. Okay. Alright, there we go. Rabies again. Alright, so let's take another chill pill. Make sure we're not, you know, dying anytime soon. Now, I do not remember which way to go. I think there's a drop in here. Yes, there is. So many piranhas. Oh my god. That was not a great... Not a great chest. Alright. I think there's like a hole right here somewhere. There's a cave right there. There's a hole right here. Okay. Alright. Let's hope we can get through this in time. There's oxygen up there. Alright. Made it through that. I think we're gonna have to do it again. The little prongs can bite my butt. It's fine. I just want to get up. Is that... Wait. Is there nothing? Oh boy. I got worried for a second there. I thought I was lost. I heard artifact noises. Alright, we are somewhere that we haven't been before. So that's good. Let's take a second to heal. Because we know that if we do get rabies, it takes over 200 health points, so... We're at 200 right now. Okay, so according to what I just heard, we need to take the right path. So let's see. Air. Oh, well, there we go. I was gonna say the reason I'm not fighting everything and trying to just get through is because if my tame gets over encumbered during us being underwater, my oxygen is gonna run out, and we don't want that. All right. And another artifact down. Now, I was wrong about the loot in here being better. Yeah, I don't see any reason to ever come back into this cave unless we're gonna have to do a boss fight twice, but I don't think so. I think we're just gonna do everything on Alpha first try. Right, and let's drop down here. Now, if you have a grapple, you could just skip that part and just drop or grapple right into there. But since I didn't have a grappling hook, because I wasn't prepared, we went the long way around. Alright, let's get out of here. And hopefully, you know, survive our way out, since everything is probably respawned at this point. I seriously do not know what people talk about when they like go through caves and stuff. I feel like I've been quiet a lot through the cave because I'm like either trying to focus or killing things or whatever. I watch a lot of Syntac and I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he just keeps talking during like moments. Like, I'm too focused on the game. Anywho, I'm gonna make my way back to the base, and I'll see you guys there. Alright, we're back home. We put the artifacts away. It is freezing outside. I had to put my fur armor on inside. As a final thing for this episode, I think it'd be nice to go grab all the maps. Alright, first one here. Now, for treasures, you need to be within 100-meter range. And I think above it, like if something's on the ground or like underground and you're just above it, as long as it's in 100-meter radius, only horizontally, basically. Like vertically, it doesn't matter how far away you are, you can still get it. Horizontally, you need to be 100 meters away from it. You can get it at any moment. Alright, on to the next one. Alright, like, this one is a great example, for example. This one's, like, in the middle of the sky. I don't know how this happened. But yeah, of course you cannot dig here. And there is no way the ground is within 100 meters, I think. So let's see. Now, are we still within 100 meters? No, we're not. We're not. But as you can see, because the 100 meters is vertically and not horizontally, it shouldn't matter. Let me just get rid of these. Alright, let's see. Yeah, there we go. See? So only horizontally does the distance matter. That was not great loot at all. Alright, the next one also, for some reason, in the middle of the sky. Let's see. Every time I can't find it. Alright, there you go. Oh, I'll take the ghillie. And another one just floating in the sky. Alright, well, I'm glad I'm getting the point across that you don't have to be within 100-meter range vertically. My god. Alright, let's see what this one holds. Oh, let's make sure that auto run is off. There it is. More ghillie. Alright, I'll take it. I'll take it. Alright, and saving the best for last. I didn't even do this on purpose. I didn't even look at like the levels or anything, but yeah. Let's see what this one holds for us. Alright. Alright, well, that loot run wasn't that great. I'm not gonna lie to you. Alright. With that being said, and all the loot, I'm gonna call it here, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Have a good one, everyone.